Hari Om Suprabhatam. There is a very famous verse in Rig Veda, says, Karuraham tato bhishak upalaprakshini mata nanadiyo varudhaye anuga iva tasthim. Says, Karuraham, I am a craftsman. I am a craftsman, I am a person who makes things. And my father is a doctor, Bhishak. And my mother, she makes corn powder. Oh Lord, please bless us so that we shall prosper in each and every field of existence. There's another prayer again in Rig Veda. It says, O God, Bhagavan Indra, the one who is the enjoyer of Soma, O Lord, please make me a great Rishi. Or, if you wish, please make me a strong, a kind king. Or, you may make me a man of wealth, so that I shall serve thee. Why these mantras? If you go through the entire Vedic Samhita, it's a very interesting thing that there are such mantras, not one or two, many places we see that the Chaturvarnya was not by birth. It was by his choice what he want to do. He can become a doctor, or he may become a Kshatriya, or he may become a Vaishya, or he may just decide to serve. It's up to him. And then you see one after another, great Rishikas. Rishika, have you heard this word Rishika? Nice name, note down, so you can give to your children or someone. Nice. Rishika means, is the feminine form of Rishi. I mean, there were great people, women who have seen mantras. There is a very beautiful suktam again in the Rig Veda known as Devi Suktam. The Devi Sukta's seer is a woman, and Devi Suktam is considered one of the most popular sukta which contains lots of spiritual significance. Anyhow, so in the Vedic time there are places in Samhita, I am talking about Samhita. There are places which says, now Garbhinyaha apassarantu. Means what? Let the pregnant women go out. Then after some mantra, again they say, Samhita says, Garbhinyaha upavishantu. May the Garbhinis come and sit again. Such Samhita mantras are there, which shows that at the Vedic period there were no distinction between man or woman, or caste system was there, but not as we see after the Smriti periods. In Vedic period, you can choose. That's a mantra. May I become a Rishi, or a king, or a Vaishya. I can. But after the Smriti period, this everything, slowly sets in, and it becomes a very rigid system which was based on birth. See, we always hear about Manusmriti, but there were many other Smritis. There are Parashara Smritis there, Gautama Smritis there, where it very clearly says that the birth is not based, is not the base of Chaturvarni. If you read Purana, you will see that, again, there were 100 sons for Rishabadeva. Have you heard about Rishabha? The great king of India. And the Jains considered Rishabha as the first Tirthangara. 100 sons were there, and 80 of them decided to become Brahmins. Rishabha himself was a Kshatriya, and his 80 sons became Brahmins. 9 became Siddhas, known as Navayogi. 1 is the great Bharata, because of whom we got our land got the name Bharatavarsha. And the other rest of 10, they became Kshatriyas. What are these stories shows? This story shows us that Chaturvarnya was not by birth. This is a very famous Smriti, I am sure you might have heard many times. Janmana jayate Shudraha Samskarat Dvija Uchyate Veda Padhat Bhaved Vipraha Brahma Janati Brahmanaha. Very famous Smriti. Says Janmana Jayate Shudraha. All beings are born as Shudra. Janmana Jayate Shudraha. What is the word meaning of Shudra? Shudra is a very, always we use nowadays. If you call someone Shudra, you may go to the jail also. But what is the meaning of Shudra? Shudra means Shuddhi Ramate iti Shudraha. Shuddhi Ramate iti Shudraha. What do you mean by Shuddhi Ramate? Means those people who finds great joy in suffering. In suffering, they find great joy. Is there any people who find joy in suffering? Yes, like all of us. For example, what do you mean by that? We know that such a condition is going to create trouble for us. If I eat this, I am going to suffer, we know. But still we say, so what? I will take one aspirin afterwards. With taking medicine, we want to enjoy things, knowing that this is not good for me. We know that such a condition is going to cause trouble for me. This relationship is going to destroy me. We know. Still what we do? We take it up. And then as though we enjoy when we meet together. After first time, how are you? Oh, fine. Then slowly, one after another, our stories come out. As though we actually enjoy in telling our sufferings and sorrows. This is known as Shudraha. So, Janmana Jayate Shudraha. All beings. That's why a baby, you see, oh, it is such a sensitive thing. No, we say gudu, but he's such a selfish one. You can't even make any sound there. When he sleeps, everything should be still. And whenever he wants to wake up, he will wake up entire house. And you have to be there. Why? Shudratvad. His only focus is on his own enjoyment and pleasure. He doesn't care whether you sleep or not. I have to sleep. And when I am hungry, you should not sleep. That's it. So, Janmana Jayate Shudra. Now, slowly, what we do? We give samskaras to that jiva. Samskarat dvija uchyate. With samskara, with sacraments, with different purificatory rites, with different kinds of education, slowly we bring the child into a higher level of understanding. Samskarat dvijaha. What is the meaning of dvijaha? Twice born. No, in Christian sense, no, born again Christian. So, dvijaha means what? Twice born. Once we were born from the womb of our mother. That was the first birth. What is second birth? When we go through the rites and sacraments and samskara, then we are again born as a human being. First, we were born as a jandu, as a pashu, as a being, as an animal. Now, the sacraments and rites and good samskaras change us from a basic animal into a human being. So, that is the second level of our birth. That is the second birth as a human being. So, that is known as samskarat dvija uchyate. If samskaras are not given to a jiva, then that jiva continues to be a Shudra. Means what? Very selfish person who is only interested in his or her joys and pleasures. That is Shudratva. Now, slowly when you educate, then he becomes aware of the needs and comforts of others also. He becomes more and more, he is able to connect with people, understand them. Even he is ready to give up his pleasures up to a limit for others. He becomes more and more sensitive to the things and people. Sensitive not in a bad, very good. He understands. Samskarat dvija uchyate. Okay. Now comes the third. Veda padhat bhaved vipraha. Now comes vipraha. That word now everybody hear, because Vipro. Vipraha is Vipro. So Vipro people know, Vipraha they may not know, but Vipro they know. What is this Vipraha? Vipraha Vishesha Prajna Yasya Saha. What is the meaning of Vipra? Vishesha Prajna. A person who has a subtle intellect. Vishesha Prajna. How this comes? Through education. Education makes a person, a human being, into a cultured being. What is education? Education, Swami Swamiji says, Vivekananda says, education is the manifestation of perfection which is already in man. Man is perfect. No? But our perfection is as though forgotten. Now, what education should do? Education should help each one of us to become perfect again. So, how this is possible? By a Vishesha Prajna. What do you mean by Vishesha Prajna? In any situation, we have developed an inner understanding which makes us special, which makes us strong, which actually makes us see things whole. Now why we suffer? Because we always segment things. And then this is mine, that is yours, you should not cross this. And all the troubles in this world is because we segment everything because of our selfishness and anger and jealous. Now, what Shastra, what education should do to us? Veda Padhat Bhaved Vipraha. A Vishesha Prajna, a higher understanding is given to a man, to a human being by the study of Veda, study of Shastra, by education. Now, that will enable him for what? Brahma Janati. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. So he is a Brahmana, Brahma Janati, a person who knows Brahman. What is Brahman? The supreme truth. So who is a Brahmana? Brahmana is a person who knows the supreme truth. Samhita Smriti, Parashadya Smriti അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് വളരെ പ്രശസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ശ്ലോകമാണിത്. അതനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് എല്ലാവരും ശൂദ്രന്മാരായിട്ടാണ് ജനിക്കുന്നത്. ജന്മന ജായത്തെ ശൂദ്ര. എല്ലാവരും ജനിക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? ശൂദ്രനായിട്ടാണ്. എന്താ ശൂദ്രൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം? ദുഃഖത്തിൽ സുഖിക്കുന്നവൻ എന്നാണ് അർത്ഥം. ശുതിരമതെ എന്താ അർത്ഥം? ദുഃഖത്തിൽ സുഖിക്കുക. അങ്ങനെയുണ്ടോ? ദുഃഖത്തിൽ സുഖിക്കുന്നവര് ഉണ്ട്. എന്നുവെച്ചാൽ എന്താ അർത്ഥം? ദുഃഖമാണ്, ഇത് നമുക്ക് ദുഃഖം തരും എന്നറിഞ്ഞിട്ടും അതിൻ്റെ പിന്നാലെ നടക്കുന്നവരുടെ പേരാണ് എന്ത്? ശൂദ്രൻ. അത് ജാതിയുടെ പേരൊന്നുമല്ല, അത് സ്വഭാവത്തിൻ്റെ പേരാ. അപ്പോ എല്ലാവരും ജനിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ ജന്തുക്കളും അങ്ങനെയാണ് ജനിക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? സംസ്കാരങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? സംസ്കാരങ്ങൾ എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ ജീവനെ പതുക്കെ 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 നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പഠിപ്പിച്ച് അതിനെന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? നമുക്ക് ദ്വിജനാക്കി മാറ്റണം. അമ്മയുടെ ഗർഭത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഈ ശരീരം കിട്ടി, അറിവിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് രണ്ടാമതൊരു ജന്മം ഉണ്ടാവണം. സംസ്കാരം കൊണ്ടൊരു ജന്മം ഉണ്ടാവണം. പിന്നെയോ അതിനുശേഷം വേദം, ശാസ്ത്രം പഠിക്കണം, വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ചെയ്യണം. എന്തിനാ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ചെയ്യുന്നത്? വിപ്രനാവാൻ. എന്താ വിപ്രനാവുക? അർത്ഥം വിശേഷമായ പ്രജ്ഞ ഉണ്ടാവാൻ. എന്താ വിശേഷമായ പ്രജ്ഞ? അർത്ഥം ജീവിതത്തിലെ ഏതൊരു സന്ദർഭത്തിലും ഒരിക്കലും ധർമ്മത്തെ വിടാതെ, ഒരിക്കലും മാനസികമായ ആ സമതുലിത അവസ്ഥയെ വിടാതെ ജീവിതത്തെ ഒന്നായി കാണാനുള്ള കഴിവ്. അതിനാണ് എന്ത് പറയാ? വിപ്രത്വം എന്ന് പറയാം. അതുണ്ടാവാൻ സാധിക്കണം. വേദപാഠാത് ഭവേത് വിപ്രഹ. അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് പറ്റും? ബ്രഹ്മജാനാദി. പതുക്കെ അവിടെ എവിടേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരും? ബ്രഹ്മം, പരമാത്മാവിൻ്റെ അനുഭവത്തിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരാൻ പറ്റും. അതിനെയാണ് ബ്രാഹ്മണൻ എന്ന് പറയാം. ബ്രഹ്മജാനാതി ബ്രാഹ്മണ ഇതിന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ബ്രഹ്മജാനാതി ഇതി ബ്രാഹ്മണ ഇതി ദസ് എന്നർത്ഥം. അപ്പൊ എന്താ ബ്രാഹ്മണൻ? വാട്ട് യു മീൻ ബൈ ബ്രാഹ്മണ? എ പേഴ്സൺ ഹു നോസ് ദി supreme truth. So what is the meaning of Brahmana? A person with a higher wisdom, experience and understanding. A person who can see the universe as one, as the extension of his own self, is known as Brahmana. So, first Varna is known as Brahmana. What is second Varna? It is Kshatriya. What is the meaning of Kshatriya? Kshatriya means what? Generally, how we translate Kshatriya? Warrior class. No? That's how they translate. Kshatriya means a warrior class. What do you mean by that? Oh, because if you, these are all things which actually creates trouble. The warriors in almost everywhere are very aggressive people. They go and then they fight and then they kill and then they loot. Do you think that Kshatriyas are like that? The word Kshatriya, very beautiful word. What is the meaning of Kshatriya? Kshatat trayate iti Kshatriya. What is the word meaning of Brahmana we have seen? Now, what is the word meaning of Kshatriya? What is the Kshatriya means? Kshatat trayate. A person who protects. A person who protects the entire society. A person who is ready to sacrifice his life for the protection of the entire society is known as Kshatriya. Kshatriya is not a warrior class. Of course they are warriors, but not the kind of warriors we see the other parts of the world who are ready to loot and kill and no. Here, who is Kshatriya? A person who does the greatest sacrifice. He sacrificed his life for what? For the protection of this land, for the protection of the society, for the protection of the community. Such a person is known as Kshatriya. See, yesterday we saw how the Kshatriya, what is the basic quality of the Kshatriya Varna? That is Rajas. But that Rajas is protected, supported by Sattva. He is very active. A Raja, a Kshatriya cannot just sit and sleep. He has to be active. But whatever he is doing with a higher purpose. Not for his sukha. It's known as Kshatriya. What is Brahmana? What is the definition of Brahmana? Please tell me, otherwise you will sleep. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. What is the definition of Brahmana? Brahma janati iti Brahmana. Who is Kshatriya? Kshatat trayate iti Kshatriya. Who is Kshatriya? Kshatat trayate iti Kshatriya. Now comes the next word. What is the next word? Vaishya. How you translate this word Vaishya? In modern terms, how you call? Vaishya means what? Business, traders. Merchants. Okay. Very beautiful. This comes from a root Vishya. Vishya means to enter. Pravesha. In all of our language we use the word Pravesha. Pravesha means what? Entry. No? So, Vaishya comes from this word Vish, which means to enter. There's a beautiful suktam which says, suppose there are bricks. And then we say, oh, there is no space in this room, in this place, okay? There's a cart. So many, stones are kept here. We say there is no space at all, packed. Okay? But if you put you cannot put one more stone there. But if you put little more, some sand on top of this, sand. And if you shake, what happens? Sand sinks in, goes everywhere. Now we say it's tight pack. Now if you pour little water, water again goes in. This is known as vish. Vish means to enter. Who is a Vaishya? Vaishya is a person who enter into each and every pore of the society. Why? To fill it, not to take. Who is a Vaishya? Vaishya is a person who understands, okay, there is a need. And he goes there and he serves so that that need is taken care of. Vaishya is not a, of course he does, trade and marketing and all that. Why? Not to gain only money for him. He understands his, he has a great responsibility so that he enter into the nook and corners of the society and provide, whether it is wealth, whether it is goods, whether it is, whatever, they are ready to, whether services or matter, they are ready to provide. That's why they are known as Vaishya. So, Vaishya means what? A person who goes to each and every, every part of the society, fill the gap and provide. So, such a person is known as Vaishya. The Kshatriyan chandartham, ഒരു സമൂഹത്തെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നവനാണ്. അല്ലേ? സമൂഹത്തെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? എന്തു ചെയ്തിട്ടും, സ്വന്തം ജീവൻ കൊടുത്തിട്ടാണെങ്കിലും എന്താണെങ്കിലും. വൈശ്യൻ എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഓഫ്കോഴ്സ് സമൂഹത്തെ രക്ഷിക്കുകയാണ്. പക്ഷേ അത് പുറമെ യുദ്ധം ചെയ്തിട്ടോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആൾക്കാർക്കൊന്നുമല്ല. പിന്നെയോ ആ സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെന്ന് ആ സമൂഹത്തിന് എന്താണോ ആവശ്യമുള്ളത് അത് നൽകി ആ സമൂഹത്തെ പോഷിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് വൈശ്യൻ്റെയും ഒന്നാമത്തെ ഗുണം എന്താണ്? രജസ്സാണ്. രണ്ടുപേരും, ക്ഷത്രിയനും രജസ്സാണ്, വൈശ്യനും രജസ്സാണ്. പക്ഷെ ക്ഷത്രിയൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണോ? ക്ഷത്രിയൻ കൂടുതലും എങ്ങനെയാണ്? സ്വന്തം ജീവൻ അർപ്പിച്ചു. ഒരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടോ ഉടനെ അവിടെ ഇടിക്കണോ റെഡിയാണ്. വൈശ്യൻ അടിക്കാനും ഇടിക്കാനൊന്നും വരില്ല. പറയും, എന്ത് പറ്റി? ഞാനൊരു ആസ്പിരിൻ തരട്ടെ, എന്തേ തലവേദന വന്നിട്ടായിരിക്കും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ദേഷ്യം വരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ when you have some problems, that's why this is happening. Let us provide some things. And then they think they are the creator of wealth. Vaishyas are the creator. Vaishyas is actually our stomach and thighs. We'll study in the Purusha Sukta. Bhagavan says, Brahmanosya mukhamasid bahu rajanyakritaha uru tadasya yad vaishyah padbhyagum shudro ajayata. Who is a Brahmana? Thinking class. Now, if you take up suppose there is a institution or a company, there are people who think how the company can expand. What are what should be our policies? There are people who actually think and then form the direction of that. That is known as Brahmana. How the society should progress. What are the things? Things means actually intellectually how the society can be march forward, and what are the decisions which will help the entire body to sustain. These are all taken by the head. Like that, those people who are sattvic, whose mind is free from ragadveshas, who is more calm, quiet, who can see things in a higher light, is known as Brahmana. Such persons should be there in the decision making layer. Otherwise, what happens? Today they may feel something, tomorrow something else, and there will be conflict in the society. If it is sometimes we put, some people are very active, so we put them in the director board. And what happens? It's very good only, but they think one day they decide something, second day they decide just opposite, because Rajas is the thing. Then what happened? The entire system collapses. So who is a Brahmana? Who is the head? Head should be Brahmana. What is Brahmanatva? As I said, who has the power to see things in a whole, not as a. Then comes, okay, something is decided. Only by decision nothing happens. It has to be implemented. Who is the one who implements? That is known as the Kshatriya. Now, this has to be done, how to do. So, that implementation part is known as Kshatriya in entire body. And there are lots of nice ideas, and there are people to implement also. But Swami, one problem only. What is that? No money. There is no money, there is no, things are, so what you are going to implement? So there should be a section of people who actually create wealth in the society. One who understands the pulse of the society, and one who is ready to give, produce what? Wealth. Wealth in the sense not only money, okay? Wealth is not just money. Whatever a society needs is known as wealth. So that is known as who? Vaishya. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. But Vaishya should be controlled by Kshatriyas and guided by the Brahmanas. Vaishya, in the moment Vaishya become the head of the, that nation, then the nation will not stay for more. Because if anything, the first thing what they say, why so much of loan for this? This is a, waste. Let us cut. Education. People should study only, they should just know how to read and write. That means why all these programs, all this research program, let us close it. Hey, why? This is all waste, Why this person is dancing and then you are giving some money to that person dancing? So, in the sense, it's not I am telling Vaishya, I am telling, see, that if a person is not controlled by Kshatriya and with a higher vision, what happens? There will be problem. Not only as one person, each one of us, these all are there. Brahmanatva is there, Kshatriyatva is there, Vaishyatva is there, and Shudratva is also there. It's not only like in a society or in each one of us, these things are there. Sometimes we become so, want to make something, money, this, and then we lose everything. And then, oh my God, why I did that? We cry. So, Vaishya. Now comes Shudra. We have already explained what is Shudra. In Shudratva, what happens is, Shudra should be guided. Why? Yesterday we saw. What is the nature of Shudra? Yesterday? We studied. No, Shudra is predominantly Rajas, Tamas, lazy people. I said yesterday 3 things. What are the 3 things of Tamas? Nidra, Alasya, Pramada. This is the face. So, people who actually like to sleep, even if there is not food, they are ready to sleep. Now, if get up also, that's enough. Or if they do something, listen. So, the Shudra should be guided and protected and, motivated by the other 3 groups. So then what happened? Then that society, then that nation, then each individual become perfect. So what is this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishyatva? The Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudratva is there in each and every person. We also like to sleep, isn't it? We also like to, what is that? Chill, relax. We need that. If always running around, it's not possible. It's not good also. You should sleep, you should relax. Everything should be there. But that sleep and relaxation should be controlled and guided and motivated. Otherwise, what happens? We know what will happen. So, this is the thing. So, individual level, in a society, in an institution, in a nation, in the entire world, all these four Varnas exist. Even if we pass a law, you can pass any amount of laws, this will not change. What you can change is, now a person is known as Brahmana because of birth, that all you can change. But this quantity, these qualities cannot be changed. Okay. Now, so we have studied this. So, if it comes in the Suktas also, Vedic understanding also. Now, Bhagavan says, Sri Krishna said yesterday two things. How Chaturvarnya is controlled? Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasah. Guna and karma. Yesterday we saw the guna part. Okay. Now, today let us see the karma part. What is the karma of a Brahmana? The karma of Shadvida karma. A Brahmana should do 6 types of karma. Can do. 2 are considered highest, uttamam. That is adhyayana and adhyapana. For a Brahmana, the best is study and teach. Adhyayana and adhyapana. But Swamiji, if you read the stories like in our Purana, etc., all Brahmanas were the ministers. Yes, ministry is also adhyapana. Adhyapana not only going to the school and, oh teacher, adhyapana can be in any level. So, he can be a advisory board member also. He can be the minister also. Adhyapanam, teaching in any level. So, adhyayana and adhyapana is the uttama karma of a Brahmana. Now, yajana and yajana. Okay, if that much is everyone cannot chant and learn and study. All life is teaching and study. It's only not possible for many. So what you should do? You should do yajana. You should worship Bhagavan. You should worship Bhagavan. You should do the yaga, yajna, puja, such karma. And yajana. You should help others to worship Bhagavan. We should worship Bhagavan, not only, I only do for others. No. First we should do for ourselves and then we should help others to worship Lord. That is known as yajanam. Now, because of our karma, sometimes they say yajana and yachanam. Yachanam means what? Begging. Do you think Brahmana is a person who goes to and beg? No. Many places, no, not yachanam, it is yajanam, ja. Yajana, yajana. A person who worship Lord and help others to worship. Now comes so this is uttama, this is madhyama. Now comes the third, known as dana and parigraha. dana and parigraha. A teacher should not teach for money. A priest should not worship Bhagavan for money. Now, how a Brahmana is going to live in this world? Only why? He has only one way of receiving something, that is known as parigraha. If somebody gives him wholeheartedly something, he can accept it. No asking. I am doing Ganapati Homa. My rate is 2,500. No, 2,500. 2,500 is nothing. So now it's like that, because now also, you see, years back means when the kings were ruling, 5 rupees and 25 paise was the fees. In those days, 5 rupees 25 paise means, today it will be like 10,000. That money value has gone so much. But now also our people, when they go to temple, what we do? How much rupees we give to the priest? 1 rupee coin. So now what to do with that 1 rupee coin? He cannot even get a. So he also says, if you want, then you have to give me this, because that is, the society has changed. But according to our system, parigraha, if somebody gives him wholeheartedly, he can take it. Not only taking, dhanam also. He should give and take. So these are the 6 things are known as the karma of a Brahmana. Bhagavan in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, very beautifully, everything is there in this Gita, very beautifully Bhagavan, enumerates these things. Then Bhagavan say, who is a Brahmana? He says in the 42nd verse, he says, Shamodamastapashaucham kshantirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. Please, all of you, I'm sure you all got the Gita, 18th chapter, 42nd, 42, 43, 44. 3 verses is your homework. Please read and then understand what Bhagavan means by Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. It's not, who is a Brahmana? Shamaha, one who has control over his indriyas and mind, whose naturally his mind is calm and quiet, who is very pure, who's, who has lots of patience in him, who's a very straightforward man, whose life is only for the knowledge and the propagation of knowledge. Such a person is a Brahma karma swabhavajam. Swabhavajam means why? Naturally, he is blessed with these qualities. So if you see these qualities in anyone, he is a Brahmana, according to Gita. Now, there are some people. Who are they? Shauryam tejo dhridhirdakshyam yuddhe chapyapalayanam dhanam ishvara bhavascha kshatram karma swabhavajam. Some people are not like that. Shauryam. By looking at it, you get little, sure. Oh, tejaha. There will be some kind of a, fire in them. Tejaha, kshama, and dhridi, dakshya, yuddhe chapi papalayanam. Whatever may happen in his life is so, brave. And valor is there, has naturally to him. Such a person is known as Swabhavajam Kshatriya. Krishi Gorakshavanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. What is the natural things a Kshatriya will be, a Vaishya should be attracted? Krishi. He likes to grow things. See, that is a natural thing in a grow. He wants the earth, he wants everywhere there should be growth. There should be creation. Krishi, Goraksha. He likes, like, animal husbandry and all that, to take care of the cows, production, Vanijya, not only creation or production and also distribution. Naturally, like, now some of us are here. Slowly, when we walk, we should keep some, here some. When we stay in a place also, naturally they do some kind of, some things, etc., etc., etc. This is naturally there. When we are all growing, I do not know, see in the villages, etc., no? So what we used to do, I mean, I was not very good, but see, there will be the pencils, you remember? We used to write pencils with pencils in a slate. Then there are some people. What they do, they collect all these small pencils which are discarded, and then they play that goti and then this pencil becomes the money. If you win, then I will give you 10 pencil pieces. There are people naturally there, they find out business. Anywhere. Anywhere they go, they find out business. Here also, I heard that, very nice chips are available somewhere. Let me take something. If I go there, here it is 25 rupees. In Bombay, it's already 50 rupees. Let us take 35 rupees. Joking. So, there are people naturally finds out business. That's not a wrong thing. It's naturally them. Krishi, they like to produce things. They like to, nurture things. That is the natural swabhava of a Vaishya. Parichayamatmakam karma Shudrasyapi swabhavajam. There are people, before they come, they make everything clean, they light the lamp, because they feel happiness and joy in service. Is it wrong? No. That is the highest. That's why Veda says a Shudra does not do any austerity. Why? Because service is the highest austerity possible. When your mind is filled with that kind of a service mentality, all the blessings of everyone comes to you. You may not be very intelligent, you may not be very brave, you may not know how to do business, but if you know how to serve, you becomes the Priya. You becomes the most loved one in any society. No, they are because you don't do any tapas. We will do for you. No, don't worry about money. We will give you. Don't worry about, we will protect you. Because the entire society can only exist when there is pure service. That's why he said, Shudra. What is the word in that? Brahmana, Brahmanosya mukhamasid, bahu rajanya kritaha, uru dadasya vaishya, padbhyam shudro ajayata. Means what? The entire body is standing on the feet. If pada is not there, the society cannot exist. The entire existence of the society is based on what? Service. And a Shudra is the one who does service. That's why in Gita, Bhagavan says, Striyo Vaishya Tadha Shudra Tepiyan Parangatim. Please don't, read all these rubbish things these people write. Now they say, in our Hindu system, Shudras are not allowed to go to heavens or no moksha. Gita clearly says, Striya Vaishya Tadha Shudra Tepi Yanti Paramgatim. Paramgatim Sakshad Moksha. But unfortunately, we do not read our own scriptures. We do not understand our own things. So what happens? Anyone can say anything about ours because nobody knows what it is. Very sad. So the best thing what we should do is, we should learn our culture and traditions so well that we will be able to really protect our traditions. Okay, so Vaishya tada Shudra tepi yanti param gati. Let us stop here this subject, because so much more is there, but little bit of understanding. If you have any questions, you may ask. മലയാളത്തിൽ ഞാൻ എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയാനുണ്ടോ? തരൂ. ഓക്കെ, എന്തെങ്കിലും ചേർക്കാനുണ്ടോ? ഇതിൽ മനസ്സിലാവാത്തതുണ്ടോ? ആരും ചെയ്യാം. ഇപ്പോൾ കൃഷി ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിലും പശു വളർത്തണമെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ കായിക അധ്വാനമില്ലേ? ഉണ്ട്, എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ട് കായിക. ഇപ്പോൾ രാജാവിന് കിങ്, if he has to protect people, how much he should, കായികമായ അധ്വാനം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ട്. പഠിക്കണമെങ്കിലും പഠിപ്പിക്കണമെങ്കിലും യജനം ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ യാചനം ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിലൊന്നും ബ്രാഹ്മണന് പണിയില്ലെന്നാണ് വിചാരിച്ചത്. ഒരു യാഗം ചെയ്തു നോക്കുക, അപ്പം അറിയാം. കായികമായ അധ്വാനം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ അതിൻ്റെ പിന്നിലുള്ള തലങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ള വ്യത്യാസമുള്ളൂ. ഒരു ബ്രാഹ്മണൻ അധ്വാനം ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ് പഠിക്കാൻ, പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ, പിന്നെ ഭഗവാനെ പൂജിക്കാൻ, ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ. അതിന് ശേഷം വന്ന ഇൻ്റർപ്രിറ്റേഷൻസ് ആണ് നമ്മൾക്കിങ്ങനെ, അതായത് ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നവർ മുഴുവൻ ശൂദ്രന്മാർ എന്ന് വന്ന അങ്ങനെയല്ല. എല്ലാവർക്കും വഴി കായികം, ക്ഷത്രിയനും വൈശ്യനും ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. അതാണ് കൃഷിയും ഗോരക്ഷയും വാണിജ്യവും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ കായികമായ അധ്വാനം വേണ്ടേ? എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ട്. അതായത് നമ്മുടെ ഗുണങ്ങൾ, if he is asking, suppose our gunas are something and karma is something else. Now, how we will decide? What Shastra says is, see, if you allow your guna to manifest naturally, you will be taking up karmas which will go with your guna. But now what happens is, we don't allow that. Because actually I love to, teach, and then we say, what is there in teaching? How much you get? Nothing. So let me start a business. See, that is a wrong thing, Naturally, my guna is for teaching. And if I teach, because my guna, my aptitude is for teaching, I will become a good teacher. But I don't do that. What I do? I think that, money, money is there in business, and then I go and start business. Will I be in this business? No. Business will be flawed, and then teaching also not there. So, if we allow our natural gunas to manifest, we will take up job also which is naturally good for us. But in this condition, which is all changed and polluted. Now, sometimes we are forced to take up things which are not actually according to our aptitude, because of which what happens? The real, the joy of that karma. Because see, when I do something which I love, that is not a job, Suppose you like to teach. Now, when teaching is not a job for him, it's actually an expression of his own joy. Then what happens? The others also enjoy. Why? Because it's not a job for him, it's not a job for you. So then we also enjoy. But what we do, unfortunately, we mix up all this. Because of this, the entire quality of the society goes down. ഐഡിയോളജിയുടെ പുറകിൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന ആൾ ബ്രാഹ്മണനാണ്. ആ ഐഡിയോളജിയെ പ്രാക്ടിക്കലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന ആള് ക്ഷത്രിയനാണ്. അതെ. പക്ഷെ എന്താ പ്രശ്നം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, ഈ ബ്രാഹ്മണ ക്ഷത്രിയ വൈശ്യ ശൂദ്രന്മാരെന്നുള്ളത് ദേവന്മാരിലും ഉണ്ട്, മനുഷ്യരിലും ഉണ്ട്, അസുരന്മാരിലും ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോ അസുരന്മാരിലും ഉണ്ട് ആര്? ശുക്രാചാര്യൻ അസുരനാണെന്നല്ല കേട്ടോ, ശുക്രാചാര്യൻ അസുരനല്ല. പക്ഷേ അതിലും ആരുണ്ട്? സാക്ഷാൽ ഭഗവാൻ, സാക്ഷാൽ പ്രഹ്ലാദനെ പോലെയുള്ളവർ അതിലും ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഏതൊരു സൊസൈറ്റി എടുത്താലും അതിൽ തിങ്കിങ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആളുകളുണ്ടാവും, ആ തിങ്കിങ്ങിനെ പ്രാക്ടിക്കലാക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നവരുണ്ടാവും, പിന്നെ അതുമാതിരി അതിലേക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ എന്താ പറയുക പൈസയും അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള സാധനങ്ങൾ കൂട്ടുന്നവരുണ്ടാവും, പിന്നെ സർവീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നവരുണ്ടാവും, ഏതൊരു സൊസൈറ്റി എടുത്താലും. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഈ എന്താ പറയുക ഈ തീവ്രവാദി സംഘടനകളിലും അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ? ഈ തീവ്രവാദി സംഘടനകളൊക്കെ നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന 5, 6, 8, 10 ആളുകളെ കൊണ്ടാണ്. അവരുടെ ഐഡിയാസാണ്. ഐഡിയാസ് പലർക്കും ഉണ്ടാവും. ആ ഐഡിയാസ് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ആളുകൾ അത് രണ്ടാം തരാണ്. പിന്നെ ഇതിന് ഫിനാൻഷ്യലായിട്ടുള്ള സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന വേറെ ചില ആളുകൾ, പിന്നെ ഇവരൊക്കെ സർവീസിന് ഏതൊരു സാധനം എടുത്താലും ഈ 4 ഉണ്ടാവും. പക്ഷെ അവര് ആസുരികമായതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ കർമ്മങ്ങളുടെ ഫലം എന്തായിരിക്കും? ആസുരികമായിരിക്കും അവർക്കും. ഏത് തലത്തിലും ഈ 4 പേരും ഉണ്ടാവും. യുധിഷ്ഠിരൻ ബ്രാഹ്മണനാണോ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ അല്ല. യുധിഷ്ഠിരൻ ബ്രാഹ്മണനല്ല. എന്തുകൊണ്ടെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇതൊന്നും he is asking whether Yudhishthira is a Brahmin. Yudhishthira was not a Brahmin because it is not what externally see. It's actually what internally feel. We should read Bharata, okay? Not what we see in this TVs. You know, there is a very shocking portion in Mahabharata. The war is happening, and in one day, Bhishma almost destroyed one Akshauhini of Pandavas. Have any idea how Akshauhini? That much he destroyed, and then they were not able to. Karna was not there, and then so much happened. And when the evening they meet together to discuss the day. And then in the afternoon, when Arjuna came, Yudhishthira asks, what is the condition? He says, I have not done anything. And then Arjuna and Yudhishthira says, all my life I was living expecting that you will be able to bring some victory to us. I will be able to rule the kingdom. Read Bharata thoroughly. Then only we will see the people. Generally, he is very calm and cool. I am not doing this. No, he is a Dharmaputra. That is no. But inside, he is not a Brahmana. If he was a Brahmana, he would not have done that Rajasuyam. No, not Rajasuya, that, Dyutam. If he was if his mind was clear, once Rajasuya happened, Dyuta happened, and then all that Panjali Vastraksha, everything happened. And because of fear, Dhritarashtra gave back everything to them. Okay? And again, this Shakuni called back. This happened. Same day, again Yudhishthira played and lost his kingdom. The second thing, he had to live in this 12 years as that was second time. Do you think a Brahmana will do that? So that's why what we see on this media is very. So when we read the original epics, then only we will understand the inner greatness of all these things. Okay.
Sometimes the person can have these qualities of a Brahmana. Sometimes it's mixed, isn't it? So how do you assess which is the predominant?
That only we know. Predominantly, because that's what I said, in each one of us, all the gunas are there. In each one of us, Brahmanatva, Kshatriyatva, Vaishyatva, Shudratva are there. But which is predominantly present in us, only we know. Others cannot actually judge us, Others may think, oh, this is a very good man. But we only know what is there inside. So only we knows, So we know, what is it? Generally, let us say in one day's activities, how much sattva and how much rajas, how much tamas comes, accordingly we only will be able to really judge us.
If we judge, can we change?
Huh?
We can change.
Of course we can change. We can progress, yes. That's why we said, na, Janmana jayade Shudraha, Samskara Dvijauchyade, Veda Padhat Bhaved Vipraha, and so we studied Samskara Dvijauchyade. So next class we'll take up the Samskaras.
That is in which text?
Parashara Smriti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.